You're our absolute hero.
It's one of my favorite colors.
I'm just gonna wait while people move.
It's rainbow.
How are you all doing? Are we doing good? Are we doing good? It's usually the point when I say that's good because I'm not, but actually I'm feeling pretty good today. So. I'm sorry if I'm using this, like some of this is a bit new, so I'm like, so about me, more and more these days I'm getting a bit down, because I'm coming to the realization, that I'm not the Doctor. Cause, you know, like, I'm not a man, or Jodie Whittaker, which are kind of the prerequisites for the role. But you know, like, I think that I'd make a really good Doctor, you know? Because, like, identifying as non-binary, like, I feel alien in quite a lot of situations. You know, there's a lot of people who don't believe that I exist. But you know, I'm lucky, you know, I can pass, you know, as a human. Sometimes. But yeah, I'm also, like, a massively peaceful person. It sounds a bit of a big statement, but I am the only person I know who has tried to play Risk as a pacifist. I'm now reliably informed by my ex-housemates that I am never playing Risk with them ever again. But you know, so like I use Doctor Who as an escape from reality because it's a bit shit. And it doesn't help that I have anxiety and depression, but you know, I'm working on it, you know, don't give up. It's another Doctor trait for you there. But yeah, so I've tried a lot of things over the years to try and help my mental health. You know, I've tried counselling, CBT, psychotherapy, and most recently retail therapy. So if you're not sure how this works, so I went into town and then I found a shop on Fosgate, which is a perfect place to start my therapy in. I mean, here was a place where it'd be proved that money can buy you happiness. You know, this is everything you need in life. Cuddly moomins, bacon-scented erasers, the purpose for my life. Some of you are not looking very convinced, but you know, I'm sure you, the sign on the shop said that they sold everything you don't need, but really, really want. So yeah, so I went inside, had a around, nothing immediately jumped out at me. But then I realised that hard and fast solutions to my existential angst are something of a niche market. So I delved deeper into the store and I came upon the relationship section. Now, this will be interesting. You see, I've never been very successful in this department. I don't have a boyfriend, never have had a boyfriend. Might be because I'm gay. You know, it's a well-known fact that all attractive women are either straight, in a relationship, or what's worse, straight and in a relationship. Now that's probably, well, fairly definitely not true, but it is the story of my life. But that's a bit of an old joke, and you know, I said it because hopefully it's a bit funny. But no, I've recently come to the conclusion that I'm quasexual. Now that's a really fancy word and I don't like it very much. I've also seen it termed as WTF sexual, or as I personally like to put it. But you know, like basically, the way that I like to think about my sexuality is that I don't really get my kicks from fucking around on Tinder. You know, personally, I'd much rather spend, you know, my evenings, you know, writing into the early hours of the morning. But it has its issues as well. You know, like, so you see, the mark of an ace writer is worrying about getting ink stains on the sheets. No, I get really embarrassed, like, whenever I've had, like, a long, hard night of writing. And I have to go downstairs the next morning to put my sheets in the washing machine, blotted with ink. And I just have to, you know, hope that my housemates don't come down and see me. You know, they're really lovely, accepting people, but, you know, It takes a lot of courage to be able to say this, but I feel like I can. Laptops just don't do it for me. I like the feel of a nice, firm fountain pen between my fingers. I've been in relationships and had a look at their gender department. Now this was more promising. So here, I could get some more gender, different from what I'd had before. I couldn't choose between the male and the female, which was all the shop had on offer. But luckily, I noticed that they have a special deal on for non-binary people. And it's really nice that I don't have to explain it this time. But basically, it means that I can acquire gender on a 2-for-1 basis. It's 2 genders for 1. Isn't that great? No, 2-for-1 offers aren't necessarily a good thing. I don't necessarily need the second gender. But I'm a student. Can't say no to a free offer now, come on. So I pick them up and feel really content with the thought of having all this gender on my person. So gender's good, I have gender coming out of my ears, I'm happy. Except I'm not, because it's not a purpose for my life. So I turned to religion, which was on the wall to the right of me. Where to start? You can't go by colour or taste. There's no which guide to religions advising on which one to go for according to what features you want your religion to have. Both of these offer eternal salvation. But this one has eternal damnation as well. Do I want that? Yeah, I know I shouldn't really joke about this. Religion's quite serious. All the Christian ones have these big signs up, and they're saying, "A religion is for the afterlife, not just for Christmas." So I gave up on religion and had a look at philosophies instead. So I almost bought a book on Marxism, but then it turned out that I would only end up with about a 1/16th of a page of a book on Marxism, because it was being shared out equally amongst all the people who bought the book. I picked up a book on nihilism, but it decided to self-destruct in my hand! And I thought about buying a book on existentialism, but couldn't see the point. So retail therapy, in case you want to try it, I'd say it's a bit addictive, quite expensive, so no different than the other therapies that I've tried. At least I have a gender now. So unless you hadn't gathered by my presence at this event, I am a little queer. When I was little, I wanted to grow up to become a big queer, like Stephen Fry. Didn't happen. And obviously I didn't eat enough lentils as a child, because that's what all queer people eat. Superfoods for superheroes, like lentils, spinach and rainbow cake. But sometimes people like to come up to me in the street and remind me who I am, and they go, "Hey, tranny!" Strange pronunciation. I usually say trainee. So at the moment I'm a trainee man, but one day I hope to become a real man. You're a real man. You're a man bag, man hat, man power, man flu. From Top Man. Like all the real men. As you probably know, so as a queer, every morning I check my gay agenda. All gays have to have an agenda, otherwise how we know what the fuck we're doing, what the fuck we're being, who the fuck we're being, and who the fuck we're fucking. So let's see, Saturday, 10 a.m, read about the male gays, Ian McKellen and Elton John. 12 p.m, gay lunch, brunch. 3 p.m, be pretty and witty and homosexual. 4 p.m, road test my gaydar. I'll watch a drag race. And 5 p.m, become a gay lord. That's a bit like a dark lord, but with a more rainbow aesthetic. I a dark mark in the shape of a unicorn, a multicoloured cloak, and I'm like going around spreading the world with glitter. But yeah, like, I didn't write my gender down. You see, with so much gender on my person, you know, it gets really confusing. Like Stephen Moffat's era of Doctor Who. I often think that it would be a lot simpler to just binge watch the entire series of my lifetime in one go, in order to try and work out what the hell's going on with my gender. Except that like Stephen Moffat's era of Doctor Who, I have a feeling that I would get to the end of it and still have no idea what the fuck is going on. I do know that my species is AFAB because I was assigned female at birth, but I like to think of myself as afabulous. I do what a kind of a normal person would think of as weird things, like buy men's waistcoats. But you know, doing one is an adventure in itself. And yeah, so I had an experience recently buying a man's waistcoat, and I thought I'd tell you about it. So, landed in the man's section. And it was strangely familiar, you know, like all of the clothes were on hangers. Just like in the women's section. So I picked one out and took it to the till, and I had a really, really helpful shop assistant serve me. She took the waistcoat, looked at me, and asked if I found everything okay. Yes, I did. In the open plan men's section of Next. I feel like the only place that it would be acceptable to ask that question would be like IKEA. And I don't think that they sell waistcoats. And then she asked me if I needed a gift receipt, and I said no. So then she looked at me a bit sheepishly and said, "That's a nice waistcoat." Yes. I'm not going to buy a terrible waistcoat. Obviously, she just didn't know anything about waistcoats. And I thought, you know, anyone, you know, male, female, or anything in between would know the one thing about waistcoats is that there is no such thing as a not nice waistcoat. So I ripped open my shirt with my true Supertramp powers and bedazzled her with glittery rainbows sprouting from my trainee chest. Just to prove a point. I mean, I didn't actually, I just kind of picked it up and walked away. But, you know, it got me thinking, you know, because, you know, so many people think that non-binary people don't exist. And, you know, if that's true, does it mean that it's academic misconduct if I write my friend's essay for them? I was a nice person. But, you know, like, I mean, the other thing is that, you know, everyone just thinks that all queer people are the same. Which, you know, I know we are. We're all Ellen DeGeneres. I'm Ellen DeGeneres, you're Ellen DeGeneres, you're Ellen DeGeneres, you're Ellen DeGeneres. You're not Ellen DeGeneres, you're Tegan and Sarah. And you're not Ellen DeGeneres because you're Jasmine. You know, I do feel really lucky to have, like, kind of come to explore my sexuality here in York because there's such a really great queer community. Which is kind of just exemplified by an event like this. And you know, even the people who in my life who aren't queer, like I do feel like we've been on quite a journey together, learning about new sexualities and new genders, and I feel like I have had quite an impact on them. So, you know, they have now all been to my house. I mean, not all of them, but you know, they've all been to my house, seen the poster on my wall, so they can now reliably inform you that some people are trains. Get over it. You know, and I do believe that one day we will achieve equal rights for everyone, you know, women's rights, gay rights for trained men, trained women, and non-binary trains. Because there are more than two trains. Thomas and Gordon and the Orient Express.